Do you know what that means?
There's a spell on there. You can counter that sucker.
Yeah.
Bam!
Yeah. Do you know when you can play counter spells?
When somebody else plays a spell.
Right. So what card type does it need to be in order to do that?
Archetype.
Five, four, three.
Welcome to Made the Zuby with you, America's most favorite alternate Nom-Nomverse TCG podcast.
George, what movie?
And so are we.
What movie did we just quote? You need to tell us that you know what movie.
You have to know this.
Is it Anchorman?
Oh my God. You're off. Can we ban him from the podcast? Is he out?
I think it's
Wayne's World. Wayne's World.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that's true.
Funny.
And I'm, of course, joined by the man who had a video with 28,000 views this week, Josh.
Good job, Josh.
That's untrue.
It's close enough. I'm rounding up to the nearest 28,000.
Round it up, baby.
There you go. Okay.
You had a huge video this week.
I had one video do well. Finally, I did have that. Let's go.
And I am, of course, joined by the man, the mayor of Penn Island, Louis DeGeorge.
That was the best content we have ever made in the history of the world.
Top five, for sure.
You know you're watching a great podcast, a great trading card game podcast. One of the best content is just us bashing each other and getting us to go to funny sites.
Yep. It is more entertaining than anything that has ever happened in TCGs from the dawn of time until now. Don't at me. Or do at me. I don't read the comment section.
It was pretty good. Top 5 podcast moment all time.
And we're joined by a new pen collector, George.
Avid.
So
aggressive.
Do you want a pen collecting story or
no? I mean, sure.
Is that safe for this podcast?
So I have a friend. So watches were a niche hobby until Hodinkee came out. I have a friend who has gone like all in on collecting pens because he's convinced it's like the next wave of collectibles is pens. And I told him, have you ever heard of Nom-Nomverse? like pens are cool. They can write. No critters. They're critterless pens. Not Nom-Nomverse.
You got to send them to TC to buy some sorcery.
All right, everyone. Here we go. We're going to have a good podcast today. Shout out to all the new listeners and viewers last week. For whatever reason, our podcast pumped last week.
Can't figure out why.
If you're back from last week, come back. We're
don't
glad
come
you're
back.
here.
I don't want you if you just came back last week. I promise.
Shout out to you. You're amazing. Thanks for hitting the like button, hitting subscribe, and for watching Josh's channel at Hometown TCG. All right, everyone. We've got Murders to 1K. We're going to tell you why we think this set is going to be the best Magic the Gathering set to ever been released, baby. I'm joking. We're going to talk about...
That's a direct quote from George.
Yeah.
It's a direct quote.
We're going to talk about Secret Lair and all the things that Magic the Gathering knows about its own product. We're going to talk about Sorcery Beta. There's a rumor that it's been reprinted and that new supply is flowing through the environment in the sorcery realm. One Piece. George has a secret topic, I believe, from our sponsor of this this channel.
Yep. Shout out to MVP, the GOAT.
We're going to
sponsor the whole channel now, not just the podcast.
No.
We're gonna. That's what you just said.
Whole channel, baby. We're gonna talk about Kickstarters, Nom-Nomverse taking over the world, and Altered TCG breaking the internet, absolutely breaking the internet.
Wow.
And then we're gonna talk about Set 3 of Lorcana. All the money seems to be going to Kickstarters because Set 3 is tanking. Here we go, everybody.
Is that true?
I don't know. I have no clue. I'm just being negative to be negative.
Welcome to May this be with you. And Louis' channel in general. That's actually the true sponsor of the channel. Louis Negativity.
It's Eeyore.
Oh no!
Also, I want to introduce you guys all. Don't get to know him very well, but this is the cat.
Are we really doing this?
Oh my God!
I can't believe we're doing this.
Well, people are gonna ask why I'm holding a cat, and I hate cats. This is we're saying goodbye to models.
God, this is awful content.
Saying goodbye to
I can't believe we're doing this.
And
oh my God!
I can't talk about it because I don't want to end my relationship with my wife, but
I don't want anybody to worry. Ruby is still doing okay though. Ruby still trucking.
If it helps, it seems like your cat's doing whatever it can to get away from you too.
No, he's relaxing. He has like a tumor. It's really not good. It's really bad. I'm really I honestly feel really bad for him. It sucks. So
this is great.
Wild start to this podcast.
Well, people are gonna ask why I'm holding the cat. I
You
gotta
didn't
hold
have
him.
to address it. You could have ignored the comments. You
No,
ignored
that's
all
weird.
the other comments.
I gotta hold him because he's leaking everywhere. Yeah, he's got to be like, I gotta have a towel under him because he's leaking. So
You could have just hearted the comments and not read it. That's what you do all the time anyway.
I'm
You
making
could have
amends.
you could have also said none of this.
We're making amends too. We're gonna spend the next 2 days being friends.
Oh God, you're gonna
'Cause
be
we-
cranky the next 2 days.
We've been enemies.
Do not make that cat go out that way.
We've been
deserves
enemies our
better.
entire life. So I promised my wife I would keep care of him the next 2 days while she's at work. And then so anyway, that's why I have a cat with me. Here we go. Murders to 1K.
This would be you missed a perfect segue to MetaZoo talking about your dead cat. I want you to know that you completely fumbled that.
Dead
You
cat bounce,
completely
baby.
fumbled that segue, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
You said you didn't want to talk about MetaZoo today.
There's nothing to talk about. But if you were,
There's a
but like
lot to talk
we could have worked it in if I knew you were talking about dying things.
I mean, you knew I
Dying
had the
things have
cat
found
with
their
me.
way into my feed because I have got MetaZoo content flowing through my
That's
YouTube
'cause
algorithm right now.
The only thing YouTubers care about right now is making MetaZoo videos. The Pokemon content creators who never talked about MetaZoo, all they do is talk about MetaZoo now. It's hilarious.
Well, listen, it's wild because there's been no new announcements. Like they were both closed and then open. It's like a 3-hour Jesus.
Yeah.
It was dead and then rose from the dead in 3 hours.
Much like the famed cat, it's Schrodinger's MetaZoo.
And even though it's dead, they still make a way to announce announcements that then don't actually happen.
Well, we have no idea if it's dead. It's just who knows?
Oh, we know. Oh, we know.
That's why I didn't make a MetaZoo video. I wouldn't have got through the thing without just being it being an I told you so fest for 20 minutes. And I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like
All right. Murders to 1K. So an article came
play
out
boosters are doing great. Play boosters, really, the market's loving those play boosters. They're just loving the price of those play boosters. I can tell you all that right now. I was way off. Play boosters are killing it. People love the 140 to 150 price point. MVP tanked the market at 130, and they'll never be that low again. Thank you to
I
MVP
love
for
that
tanking the market.
Before release, boxes were under the MVP sports price on TCG Player. Josh called me on Friday. It was like,
You also didn't know that, George, until I talked. Your criticism earlier today of MKM was that people are never going to pay 150 for a box.
They're not gonna pay it.
I, at that point, informed you that they were vastly under that, and now your criticism is
People will view the only box in which you can play limited as a draft box. That will be the price that they go to in their mind.
I don't think that's true. I still hold on to the idea that the set's just not good. The set's just bad. That's just bad.
If you're going to have a box hit 150, you're going to have to put either incredible reprint equity into it, which I think is going to be hard to maintain long term, or you're going to have to drastically lower the print run. Those are the two options I see.
So,
I think the play booster is a big mistake.
So additionally, they didn't include enough tokens for the events for playing.
Yeah, that's the problem with the box. You nailed it.
Listen,
You found the problem.
I mean, that's a massive problem with the box.
Huge.
Especially this set.
It's annoying. It shows that there's work to be done, right?
Yeah. Which I mean,
have
to be
some
fair,
work to be done. Get rid of the stupid play booster box.
they said that they were gonna they said it was gonna be a starting point. That this set was a starting point for. They need to fix that though, because you literally I don't know if you guys did any pre-release, but you literally can't people couldn't play. Every single card uses this not morph thing, right? And you're supposed to have tokens
Disguise
on
is
it.
that what it's called, right?
Disguise. And there wasn't enough tokens to even do a quarter of what you had on your battlefield. I mean, it was every pre-release kit should have come with a set of tokens. They knew this, they knew that the set was token heavy, and instead of they reduced the number of tokens compared to the draft boxes. It's wild.
That's a super relevant criticism right now that won't matter in 3 weeks.
I mean, it matters for drafting. Matters for field play.
I don't know how much more sealed we're going to see out of this thing. It seems, and I don't know if it has much to do with the play booster or the theme. It is, the what is it? Crime scene noir theme is more like, I don't know, magic adjacent, which we've seen. It doesn't, that theme does not do well, or themes like that don't do well. I don't know, man. The big I guess could be in the token argument. The big jump off the page to me is there's still an art card. Like, you want tokens? People are saying for the limited experience, they wanted an extra common or uncommon. They wanted more tokens. Like, you still got this stupid art card in there. You have a slot to fix these problems. Like, get rid of the art card.
The people who like limited in my store really liked the set. Like the people who are diehard limited players loved it. The people who are casual Magic players had no clue what to do. They were like the Anchorman meme. There's like, what do I do? And that's how I felt. Like I was building my deck. I was like, oh, I have no clue what to do. Like absolutely no clue what to do. And like almost, I would say 50% of the casual players dropped after round 1. I mean, it was bad. People didn't.
The cards are just they're complex. Like, listen, Morph is a complex mechanic. You slap Ward on it, like it's not any easier. Anytime you need that many tokens, we had this criticism for the One Ring, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, or not the One Ring. It was
Tempted by the Ring.
Tempted by the Ring. Right.
Was ever wrong with the One Ring? Continue, Josh.
Yeah, that's true. Shout out Posty, friend of the podcast, coming on next.
And friend of Tay-Tay's new album coming out soon. We're taking that for the sorcery section. Thank you.
Is he on the new album?
Oh
I'll
my
tell
God,
you
dude, get with it.
I will tell you when we get to the sorcery section.
Is Posty on the new Taylor Swift album?
I will tell you when we get to the sorcery section.
That's the closest we'll ever get to Taylor Swift playing Magic the Gathering.
That is our hope. All right, we'll talk about it right now. Screw it.
No.
Sorry, sorcery. Nope. Okay, we're going to wait. But I got some takes. There might be some bannings, including of our Tay-Tay.
Okay. Anyway.
Tay-Tay might be uninvited. In this
all that being said.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have more to say about the play experience?
Oh, I was just saying we've never seen this go well. When we make things overcomplicated, we make things complicated just for the sense of trying to dive deeper. The early experience, the release weekend, the early limited play generally doesn't go well, especially for people who are just playing Magic to have fun. Which, spoiler alert, that's what all people the commanderification of Magic. That's what we do now.
Right. And pre-release is supposed to be like an entry level thing too.
Yeah, pre-release in Magic is still probably the best event. Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah. Okay, so but there's some new info that came out by a website called Cardboard by the Numbers. That
I like these guys.
That dug in to the numbers for serialized cards, which we had mentioned this way back when we talked about serialized cards in the set, that they reduced it from 500 to 250. We talked about the idea that like there's far less serialized cards, and I have said since the beginning of serialized cards that like Brothers War had too many, that they were like basically cannibalizing themselves in terms of value because there were so many serialized cards. So this info came out, or this person did the numbers, did the cardboard by the numbers. That's because that's what they do. And according to them, serialized cards were in Brothers War, March of the Machine, Ravnica, and Doctor Who, 1 in every 8.5 boxes, 8.3 boxes. But this one, it's 1 in every 152 boxes, which is actually more than the serialized Soul Ring in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So that follows. And if you guys all know this, if you're connected in a lot of, the Magic forums and discuss, you get a feel for the early serialized pull rates because of all the people that get product early, they open, and the number of auctions that go up, the number of postings that go up. There have been like no Murders at Karlov Manor serialized sales at all. It's crazy.
Yeah. For those interested, the way that he did these numbers, or they did this number, was, I have it actually right here. They actually utilize, how do I do this? Where's my screen? They were able to utilize this because we knew how many Legends cards were in Dominaria United, and because we knew there was only one ring, and they gave us the actual data for the one ring. We know how many Dominaria United and Lord of the Rings boxes there was. So they used that as like the threshold for based on the odds, and then we're able to kind of hammer in what it is.
And all those numbers are they're rough too, but this follows something you both wanted for serialized cards, right? I mean, you wanted them to feel rarer, you wanted them to feel more special. Does this not achieve that goal?
Yes and no. I have said the whole time they need series of cards out of 10, out of 5s, out of 250s, out of 500s. pulling a serialized card should not be hard. Pulling a good or rare serialized card should be hard. Like, I want an out of 500 to not be that expensive. I want an out of 5 or out of 10 to be very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'll give WotC credit for this now that they've backed their stupid play booster decision. Like, I think they're trying to figure out serialized cards. Now, why they're not just copying sports, that part I don't get. Like, there's a very famous example of this that has been done for decades now. Just copy it.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, like, they're clearly trying to figure out the best way to build hype through serialized cards, and they just haven't found it yet, I don't think. But they're going to get there. That part doesn't worry me. They'll get there.
If they wanted to build hype, I'll let you. Sorry, Louis, just real quick. If they wanted to build hype, don't you think they would have been more upfront, or do you think they're worried that this doesn't sell the set? If they were like, hey, these cards are 1 in 152 boxes, that would have built hype for the serialized cards, right?
But they don't want to build hype for serialized cards. They want to build hype for boxes. And like, I think what they misunderstood is that when you hear that number, the price of the serialized card right now is not going to justify the prices of those boxes.
Not even
it's not
close.
Going to be close. There's no card you can pull that's going to justify those prices.
I spent some time on eBay today trying to figure out where these, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what are these going for? There's no sales data. The only one that is on auction right now, the bid's at like $400, and you already have cards that have been up on the market for a couple of days at like 1,700. 1,800 and they're not selling. And we've seen cards, I mean, going back to the joke on the from me on the Brothers War, where I sold that Brothers War shattered glass for $1,700 on release week. Like,
please,
like we've seen cards create demand for this. So going back to Josh, this ties into going back to Josh's question. I think that this is good. This is a good, direction. I kind of agree with what George says. Like, this isn't going to sell boxes because people don't like the odds, right? Like, they just know that it's impossible to pull.
Well, weren't we on the train that the One Ring was selling boxes though?
That's why their price isn't justifying the odds.
Yeah, that's completely different because people put up this big bounty for the ring. You knew that you were doing a scratch off lottery ticket to get this, $4 million or $2 million card or whatever. But in addition, the Lord of the Rings cards were also good. And this is my problem with this is like the Murders of Karlov Manor serialized cards are not Soul Ring, right? Like they're the same odds, or actually a little bit more difficult odds of Soul Ring, the number one played, one of the most powerful Magic the Gathering cards ever made. And the
definitely the most popular.
Yeah, and Murders cards are like, we don't know if they're good yet, but at best case scenario, they are really cool, good commanders. Best case scenario.
The four that we've seen do it right because they're commanders. So presumably they're all commanders. But I don't want to invalidate your serialized card takes. But I'm on eBay and there's 2 for sale, both for around $2,000, right? And you're right. There's no sold listings at all.
Like $2,000 is nothing compared to 150 boxes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, there's also other value in those boxes, right? It's not nothing, but
I agree. Like, I'm not saying it should be equal to 150 boxes, but like, it needs to
be.
Will be.
It
needs to be a lot more in 2,000. It needs to sell at 2,000 quickly.
Right, and this is my point. I don't think it's going to sell at $2,000 because you're seeing all these other serialized cards that are arguably more iconic. I mean, look at the Brothers War cards. There's cards in Brothers War that are iconic artifacts that are still $300-$400. You know what I mean? Like,
good to have you on the team.
Yeah, like why would a Murders at Karlov Manor card that's a new card, it's not that hype, and it's half the serialized, sell for $2,000? I just don't see that happening. Maybe I'm wrong, and on Friday they all sell and we look like idiots, but I just don't.
Would not be the first time. Would not be the first time. Probably this episode.
It also wouldn't be the first time that Louis, your serialized card takes are this bad, because this you. I think that might be you.
Oh my! Did you write that, Louis?
I did, and then I deleted it 3 minutes later after I texted you guys, and you corrected me and said that serialized cards were in the set.
I think so. I'm not saying that you're super wrong about serialized cards.
All right,
that's so good.
However,
hey, make sure you're following me on Twitter for the hottest takes. Hit the notification bell so you can get the notifications before I delete the tweets. Everybody.
Well, one of you teach me how to make that my little logo on my Discord.
What?
I'll tell you. I got your back. I will say that if there's someone on this podcast we should listen to about serialized cards, I'd be the guy trying to build the wall of serialized cards.
The guy who's trying to pump his brothers with more serialized cards.
Hey, listen. I'll bring it up again. I swear. I'll keep doing it.
Are you going to talk about Nom Nom first, Louis?
If you would have put this Murders at Carlisle Manor and had these serialized cards,
sure,
but maybe had another set, of serialized cards that were some reprint equity type things, some popular cards at the same pull rates at the same of 250, then this would look a lot different.
Yeah.
Like again, I mean, I go back to Lost Caverns of Ixalan. If this set was Lost Caverns of Ixalan and you had serialized of 250 mana crypts and you had serialized of 250 of the new gods and Cavern of Souls and that kind of stuff, that would be the hottest selling Magic set, standard Magic collector product of all time. It would be absolutely nuts how much hype and excitement that would make. And I get it. You can't put reprint equity into everything, and maybe they should have put Mana Crypt in this set instead of Lost Caverns, and they should have put just Path or the land in Lost Caverns, something like that. But
a Dwarven Soul Ring out of 700 just sold for $1,150.
Yeah.
And these
have
to be less
seeing any of these cards.
That's of 700.
Yeah, even out of 250. These cards aren't going to hit that value. I don't think. I think it's.
No.
I'd much rather have a Dwarven Soul Ring.
100%.
If they do,
unless you're in West Virginia, is a staple. In West Virginia, card's dead. Doesn't exist. Everywhere else.
If they hit anywhere close to that, it's all about the Magic community is now taking a stance that the number on the second half of the card matters, because there's no way they should. The only benefit here, I will say, they do this right, Louis, and you'll appreciate this. Anytime you make a commander one of your serialized cards, that's a good use of a serialized card because it's always out there to see. It's on display constantly. It's the showcase centerpiece of the deck. I like when they do this. It doesn't go in the 99. It doesn't go in the 60. That's good.
I want to disagree with that just because you said I would appreciate it, but unfortunately, I do appreciate that, and I do agree with you.
Like that's the best place for these pieces to be shown.
I agree. The only argument to that I've seen, and it probably doesn't apply to these cards because I don't think any of these are non-legendary, if I'm remembering correctly.
Nothing. We don't know them all yet. I think we only know 4 of them. I don't think we know all of them yet.
I have heard of high-tier Magic the Gathering players running
from West Virginia or from somewhere else.
No, not from West Virginia.
No, are you talking about the deck? The deck?
They can't afford it.
The whole state.
We can't afford GDP, buddy. We can't afford them in Chicago. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about,
the serialized cards in the high competitive decks. What's the advantage that people are using them for? Isn't there some sort of being able to count the cards based on the number? It's like they're marked cards, but not marked cards.
Oh, because they're all legal.
Because they're legal cards, but they have different numbers on them. So there was something along the lines of like knowing where I don't know. There was some sort of competitive advantage that people were talking about with serialized cards.
I can't think of what it might be.
Are you trying to spike MagicCon?
No.
Hey, we are going to be at MagicCon. We need to start telling people that. And
I'm glad the one person not going is pumping your travel bags.
We are going to MagicCon. It's going to be a blast.
Are you covering my travel bags?
I will pay for your airfare.
I have very little travel. You know what? I'm flying.
You can't travel at all. You can barely walk.
Wait, will you pay for my airfare so I don't have to drive?
No. Dang. How's your leg, by the way, Josh?
A lot of pain. I start
really
rehab today. You started
rehab today?
Well, the day this podcast goes out.
Oh. I can ask you an appointment. Where to go?
We're 2 days in the past right now.
I haven't started yet.
Oh, play along.
No, the rehab appointment is after the podcast release.
He wants you to play along.
Terrible content.
It went great.
When the podcast releases, I won't have been at rehab yet. I'm answering.
Nobody's watching this on Tuesday, guys.
How's it going right now?
Listen,
how's it going right now?
Watching this, it's going fantastic.
Your rehab's on.
I can't believe your video got 27,000 views. Continue.
It went up 1,000.
Oh, did it? I don't remember.
You said 26, I think, when we started.
Went down 1,000. George bought the views. George bought the views, and now YouTube's wiping them.
Listen, I don't care.
If somebody bought the views you buy,
no clue. I've never bought views on a video, so that's why my highest viewed videos are Metazu and Fab.
How much more successful would we be
if I was gonna buy
views?
views? I would certainly buy them so that wasn't the case.
Shout out to Genesis.
We should do an experiment with that. We should start a third channel and then buy a bunch of views and see how fast it gets banned.
Never mind. I don't want to call them out. Anyway, there's a YouTuber who does that, definitely. He's been pretty popular lately. We'll talk about it after. Anyway.
Well, now I want to know.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't get Discord. So I
don't want him coming after me. Like
I didn't think it was views. I thought it was subscribers.
Yeah, subscribers.
Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
That's because you don't watch TCG content. So
why has this been such a big week and a half for him, Louis?
Shout out to Stormgate. I watch that content now.
Okay, so all in all, what are your predictions for the bottom of Murders at Karlov Manor? Where does it fall?
We bounced off the bottom. We're headed to the moon, buddy.
No shot. Oh, you know what, George? Did Distro say that they're out of this? Is that what we heard this week? Did we talk about that?
Distro said. Distro lies.
Yeah, I don't know that I buy that Distro's out of this.
I don't know who has a worse record, you or Distro, of telling the truth on TCGs, but I know it's pretty close.
Gosh, collector boxes.
No, it's Distro. What do you mean? It's Distro. It's 100% Distro.
Collector boxes are at 183. This is Wednesday before official release, which is on Friday.
And George, I want you to know that since our conversation, play boxes are actually down $1.
Oh, what, Josh? What's your website again?
Cardboardfinance.com. This website, by the way, completely supported by members of my channel, helping me pay the server cost, so it doesn't come out of my pocket. So you can come to my channel and join the membership if you believe in a project like this. And spoiler alert, I bought a domain this week, and George knows what it is. I just told him.
Did you buy George's domain?
No, but I bought a domain, and George knows what it is.
That's true.
Okay.
Now, Josh, are there any other benefits to being a member?
Exclusive content, deals on box breaks, badges, custom emotes, my face.
Wow.
That is
a great deal. How much is it? Like, it has to be $50 a month. How much
is a total of 391 collector boxes sold.
It's selling like an indie TCG.
A total.
Like an indie TCG.
Listen. I was almost 10% of that.
Yeah. And hold on. So don't do this wrong. And this is where people get the Data Vault project wrong. It's about comparing Magic sets to Magic sets on the same platform, because it doesn't represent the most Magic boxes sold. But compared to its peers,
they're selling very well
Lost
in Japan,
Cavern,
though. So I think
Lost Caverns of Ixalan sold like 2,700. And Wilds of Eldraine sold like 2,400 collector boxes. So comparing it to its peers, it is absolutely tanking.
Yeah, I heard this as a banger in Japan, though, so I think we're gonna be okay.
So, we're just Americans. We don't understand the overseas market.
I've heard this.
That's an indie TCG joke, everybody. For those of you who don't know,
it's not. I heard this. That's great.
It's a Pokemon joke, actually.
So that's wild. That's really wild. So okay, so somebody was telling me that they think that one of the reasons this is because you had the front end, which was Ravnica remastered, and a lot of people were excited about the Shocklands, and then the back end of this, which is I actually think this might hold a little bit of truth, is Fallout, and the hype for Fallout.
Is Fallout next?
Fallout's next, and the hype is insane. The Fallout hype is insane. And listen, I ordered way too many boxes.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about Fallout. I'm gonna be honest.
Why?
What has happened to you?
I got a bad feeling about the Fallouts.
Dude, Fallout looks amazing. That's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
That's a really hot take. I've had way more interest in pre-orders from Fallout than any other set other than Lord of the Rings ever.
So when you say bad feeling, are you meaning worse than Doctor Who? Because Doctor Who, by all metrics, was a great set.
No, not worse than Doctor Who.
If Doctor Who can be successful...
Hold on. Doctor Who sold a ton of product. A ton of product.
Doctor Who looks like it's flipping us off on your website.
It is. It is. I actually changed that just for you today.
You should make it into Doctor Who sold a ton in the 1 month, and then it basically doesn't sell anything ever, which is the same that happened in my store. Yeah.
Welcome to Magic, bud.
Yeah.
welcome to Magic the Gathering.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some merit to that idea that like this set's bombing so hard, not just because it's bad, but also because like Fallout's coming out and people are excited about it. But we'll see. I don't know. All right, ready to move on?
Yep.
Secret layer alert. Secret layer alert. There's a new secret layer. This one's hilarious. This is so good. George, do you know anything about this?
Yeah.
What? Tell us about it.
They put the wrong errata on a card and they made it weaker.
Okay.
You know what?
Hold on.
Hold on.
I want to know why.
I'm giving you partial credit.
Yeah, thank you.
Does he
You
know
get partial
that made it
credit.
weaker?
Yeah, the exile feature of the card no longer on there.
Nope, never mind.
No. Okay. So
Just stop
George,
talking and take your partial credit.
Circular logic is a counter spell. Do you know what that means?
There's a spell on there. You can counter that sucker.
Yeah.
Bam!
Do you know when you can play counter spells?
When somebody else plays a spell.
Right. So what card type does it need to be in order to do that?
Archetype.
No, it needs to be an instant.
Ah,
Because instants can be played when?
instantly. Anytime.
On your opponent's turn and during your turn, and they go on top of the what?
Stack.
Oh, I cannot believe you got that.
That was awesome.
That was good.
You look at me. That was awesome.
You ready for how I know that? This is true.
Nobody cares.
People still
Dennis
care
has
about
taught me that because he was like, it's just like the stack in Magic. That's how you play this game. I was like, I don't know what the stack is in Magic.
I'm gonna have to learn what that means.
So they put out this secret layer, and in all the promotional material, the circular logic, which is a counter spell, says sorcery, meaning that it's not an instant, meaning that you can't play it because sorcery speed you can't do on your opponent's turn. You can't do until the stack resolves.
Is this a new card or is this a reprint of a card?
It's a reprint. So they printed the wrong card type onto the card, and then it came out that like they've already printed all these cards. It's out there. The whole supply is printed, and so the card's going to be sorcery, but there's a rata obviously that it can be played at
couple corrections. In the funniest part of this, they did it to the one counterspell where it actually works. The madness mechanic, actually you can play this at instant speed if you pay its madness cost.
That's
so I actually have a madness deck here that's still sleeved up from way back in the day that I used to play. So if you discard the wild mongrel, pay the madness cost, you can technically still cast it at instant speed.
Yeah.
It's the one card that this actually works on.
Yeah, it's the exception.
It's really funny. It's like it's funny on like so many different levels.
So obviously this brings lots of questions, like how does this happen? Like the amount of idiocracy to make this happen is wild. It's wild. They also fired their quality assurance team like 2 months ago.
Is that true?
That's who got fired. Yes.
Hold on, is that true? Because I thought it was all the Baldur's Gate 3 people too. Like,
yeah, it was a bunch of people, but one of the teams was like the quality assurance.
Is that true? Are you just making that up?
That's what somebody said. I don't know.
I mean, okay. Was it on 4chan? That's my only source I trust.
So you know it was true.
And if it's on the internet, you know that it's true. You know that it's true.
So here's my thought on this, right? Wait, hold on. Here's my
What's your thought on this? Your only thought on this better be you want 4 of them. Like, okay. I want 4 of these cards now.
You're $1 billion company. You sold $1 billion worth of product last year. Let's pretend. Didn't we at one point speculate on the print runs of Secret Layers? I'm
almost sure that we speculated on that print run.
In my mind, we agreed on like 25,000. Around 25,000 is like the print run for the average Secret Layer. I don't remember why, but that's in my mind. You're $1 billion company. You misprint 25,000 cards, and they haven't shipped yet. They haven't gone to the end user.
They better.
It costs you almost nothing to make these cards. Like it's a it's a rounding error to make these cards. How do you not like be like, oh, hey, we made a mistake. We're delaying this secret layer for 2 months. We're going to get the right cards and get you the right stuff. How do you not do that?
It's a terrible plan. Horrible plan. I want this card that says sorcery on it.
Have you
I
bought it
want
yet?
this card. No, because I'm afraid they're going to fix it. And I don't want it if they fix it. The secret layer is horrible. The cards are ugly. If they get it right, I don't want it. I want 4 copies of this card, and I don't want to pay
both. What are you saying? The real one and the fake one?
Then I have something to sell on the secondary market when it comes to the real one. But come on, how do you not like as a Magic player? Or, sorry,
I mean, this would make.
Yeah, don't you want one of these?
I'll probably do the secret layer if it's still open. But
I want one of these so bad. So why are you encouraging them to fix it? Don't ruin my fun.
They should fix it.
They should not fix it. Do not ruin my fun. Do not ruin my fun. Do not ruin my fun.
Again, like it basically costs them nothing to fix this.
Costs them more than not fixing it.
It's not even like the artist did much here. It's like a typical Sans.
Such a dumb card.
It's like it's like a typical Sans font.
With
Like,
AI?
I could fix this for them on the podcast right now in the next 5 minutes. You want me to fix
cross it out? You just cross it out.
Can you use red?
Font in the game?
I'm gonna fix it while we're chatting on the podcast right now. This is how fast. This is how quickly they can fix this crap. Like it's the same.
Louis, if they fix this because you have multiple millions of short views, I'm gonna be so mad at you. If your shorts lead to something good and productive in this game, I'm gonna be so pissed off at you. I'm gonna be so mad. Knock it off. Stop using your newfound influence.
I actually think that the secret layer. I actually like the look of these cards. I disagree with you that you like. This is like the type of secret layer that I like.
Yeah,
there's like nothing on the card.
Yeah, but that's like modern minimalist.
I could just get a piece of paper and write circular logic on it for you if you'd like. I'll even write sorcery.
Let me be very clear. I'm still very much against it. But if I'm gonna buy a secret layer, I want it to look vastly different than the regular card.
Sure.
You guys don't agree. You don't think that this is just like lazy of them to be like, oh, we're still gonna send it out anyway?
Oh, I 100% do. I want them to do it. It is lazy. It's absolutely lazy. They 100% could fix this. They might fix it. I really, really hope.
I don't think they're going to fix. I mean, they basically said that it's shipping out, and aren't they shipping like on sale and it's for sale already?
I don't think they ship on sale. I think don't they ship everything on close of sale? Like the last sale closed, everything gets shipped. Or maybe. I don't know. I don't know the details of how that works. I bought a
secret layer in a very long time.
I bought secret layer cats and dogs.
I missed that one, and I'm pretty disappointed in it.
I got tracking from them, and it goes nowhere.
How many did you buy?
It's a broken tracking link. I think 2 or 3. I can't remember.
I might buy one off you.
Okay. I might not be selling any, but
that's fine.
Okay, bully me. Sorry.
No, I don't actually want it, so it's fine.
I didn't either. I felt bullied by Wizards of the Coast into buying them.
If it was all dogs, I'd take it, but the cat one just kind of ruins the fun.
Yeah, rest in peace, that cat deck.
All right. Anyway, I think they should fix it, but
no, that's such a bad take.
I don't know.
Let it be funny. Just let it be funny. What do you think?
All right, that was a quick Magic topic. That was a good 8 minutes. We milked that for all it was worth.
I'm not sure what else people want from us. That's about what we get. That's fine.
There was really nothing.
Buddy, hold on. I have an actual era correct madness deck with a circular logic on hand that I didn't remember I had. This podcast is GOAT. There's not another podcast that's got this just sitting around its office.
And if you are another podcast with that, prove it. Prove it in the comment section.
And don't just build it now. Make it from back in the day. No. The sleeves better be splitting like these.
This is an expensive card?
No, nothing in this deck is expensive. Everything in this deck is super cheap.
That's why it's a secret layer that they're selling for $30.
I'm not going to bring it to MagicCon, no.
What deck are you bringing to MagicCon?
Whatever.
What events are you playing at MagicCon, Josh?
I don't think
I'm not trying to spike it. I won't even be there. Like whatever. Secret deck alert.
No, I don't have a plan yet because the plan is to hang out with friends and make a bunch of content. So I have a bunch of standard cards now. I think I'm going to not play in the standard open, the 70K, but I probably will play in at least one modern and pioneer event because those are fun formats.
You know what the best content would be?
Winning it.
You winning the 70K.
Yeah.
That's not what people come to my channel for.
Yeah, but they will.
I will guarantee you, if you win the 70K, that will be a video that gets some views.
Let's make it clear.
I will guarantee that.
Also not good enough to win the 70K.
I believe in you. I believe in
you. Listen,
you can get those serialized cards in your deck, and that gives you an edge for some reason none of us can understand.
And you're going to fund
it. I believe in you. Like I believe that this is the #1 TCG podcast in the world.
We are probably #1 Nom universe.
We are
Nom-Nomverse podcast.
Our comment section thinks we're the #1 TCG podcast in the world. And they believe in you too. You are the #1, whatever format you want to play this week.
I'm confident in saying I'm the best Magic player on this podcast.
I'm also confident of that if it helps any.
I'm not confident on that.
You don't play Magic,
I am
play Commander.
Entirely confident in that.
I'll challenge you, but I want to play against you, not your wallet.
Oh, are you doing a weird like Pauper Matters thing? Are you trying to like make yourself feel good?
That's my favorite Magic the Gathering statement from 2024. It's like make everything cheap. I want to play against the player, not their wallet.
Because Magic is the only trading card game where decks cost money. Yeah, I don't either.
But yeah, I want to play Pauper. You beat me in Pauper.
I've never played a game of Pauper. Not one.
Your Elves deck, Louis?
No, because I will not win if I play my Elves deck.
But your Elves deck was good. $8,000 something crazy.
If he's playing non-meta too, then I will beat him with my Elves deck. But you can't play meta then.
Can I put? Oh,
what's the meta in Pauper right now?
It's one of my favorite cards of all time. Can I play Electrolyze?
Yeah, but
is that a comment?
You can side it. You can play a game too.
Oh no, I'm just gonna play it. It's one of my favorite cards of all time. It's the only benefit of playing Pauper. I can play that in reality asset.
It wrecks Pauper Elves. It wrecks it. I have to sideboard hard against it. I have to. That's why I run. Do
people in Pauper play Electrolyze? Because I might be in.
Yeah, dude.
Why is hatching plans a rare?
I don't know that.
Make hatching plans a common, and I can play that reality acid and Electrolyze, and you got me in. I got a Jeskai group coming.
I run red elemental blast and the other red counter spell just because of Electrolyze.
Really?
My sideboard. I have 7 copies.
You're not worried about something like a Pyroclast, like wiping your board?
Pyroblast, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Pyroblast and red elemental blast.
Sorry, right. George. Whole podcast is about trading card games. Occasionally, people play the games.
Nobody cares about that part. Nobody cares about that part, which is why neither of you covered your channel. If you thought anybody cared about that, that would be your content.
I actually,
that is not true.
Guess the card, win the card, and you do something else.
Can I just say? I disagree with that statement now.
What statement?
You know what the most viewed Magic the Gathering content is right now on the internet?
To you,
whatever Rudy produces.
No, not even remotely close to whatever Rudy produces. It's really? It's Commander games.
Yeah,
live. Or not.
Don't you remember Louis did a expose into that little world?
I forgot you did that Commander Night thing for like 3 weeks in a row, then gave up on it entirely.
It's a lot of work. It's a ton of work.
It's a lot of work.
Well, and it didn't do well on my channel because I didn't do it enough, and I didn't edit it. Like
game night screwed everyone. Like,
that's her.
They're top notch. They have animations, transitions, even actual voice actors.
Even the other Commander channels that are just doing that, they're blowing up, and the views are insane compared to any other Magic content.
Yeah.
There's some talk in my store about people starting a Pauper channel and doing a Pauper podcast. It's pretty funny. They want to call it Pauper Patrol.
Pauper. That's a great name. That's a great name. That's a great name. I support that name.
I love it.
I support that name.
But anyway. Okay, let's move on. That's one short topic to another one. Beta reprinted for Sorcery. So I told you guys this basically right before podcast, so I'll tell everybody else. So I was streaming the other day, and people were like, Louis, where are your cards pulling from? Where are your foils being pulled from? It's like, what are you talking about? They're like, everyone's talking because the new boxes that everybody's getting, a beta, the foil is in the 8th slot, not in the 6th slot. Wait, so all the box, so in the slot from the back. So 6 cards from the back rather than or 8 cards in the back rather than 6 cards in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So what everybody's saying is that they reprinted more product.
Is that true?
Well, Simon was in the chat and he was like, "No, that's not true. It's the same print run."
Would Simon know though?
I mean, Simon would know.
So would Simon know?
So wait.
wait.
This
This is a great topic.
That's it.
This is
That's
a
the whole
great
topic.
Louis.
Hold on.
Sorcery has said it's not true. Let's discuss if it's true.
Well, not
The
everybody
whole
knows that.
topic.
That's what we're providing that information for people.
What is
The
this
whole
topic?
topic you
That's it.
proposed
That's it, baby.
This
was
is
a
the topic.
rumor that was instantly shot down by
Yeah.
someone who would absolutely know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was just in my comment section. So now we've made a video of it and everybody can know.
Did y'all hear about Chiller's new album? I cannot believe this is I can't believe you had the chutzpah to attack my
can't.
topics and then do this. I can't believe that.
Listen,
I
man,
can't.
I can totally believe that.
We've got family,
Nothing makes more sense than that
we've
statement.
got family trauma going on in our house.
No,
We have to. Our
no,
poor cat
no.
is dying. Our poor
No.
cat has to get put down.
no.
And I didn't have time to come up with the topic today. So that is what is happening.
The topic is let's discuss if the thing that Simon says is absolutely not.
I don't even have a
true.
problem with the topic, but you proposing the topic, not even making it a discussion, and in the intro going, also, game has confirmed this isn't true.
This is I had no idea where this was going.
That was never supposed to go anywhere. That was the
Josh,
topic.
why do you drink beers during the podcast?
I had no idea where this was going.
What else do you want us to talk about for sorcery?
It's your topic. I pick Lorcana in One Piece.
There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else. We've got events. March 9th. Come to West Virginia. The event's sold out. We got 48 people
Come to the
signed
event
up.
that sold out.
No, actually, real talk people, come to the event. We're going to do side events. We're going to draft. We're going to have fun. So even if you can't play in the main
I just
event,
wanted to
come
clear
You're
here.
not going to open
The
up more
two-
slots on the. If more people show up, you're not going to open up more slots on the main event.
So first off, I don't think all 48 end up showing up, right? It always happens. Like we'll have 10 people not make it because they didn't want to travel. So those people, hopefully we'll have more people
They
to
won't.
fill in.
No, they won't. I believe in them.
But let's pretend all 48 people show up. If we add people, we only have 48 tables or 48 chairs in our main play space. So we'd have to filter into the other side of the building where we have 16 chairs. And that just makes it convoluted. And it also adds rounds, which add time. So I really have a 48 person cap.
It adds rounds and I have time, and I believe in this game, but not that
It's
much.
already like 6 rounds or something like that, plus a cut to the top 8. That's gonna be a long. It's gonna be a long night.
Show some commitment.
I am already doing a free event. You jagged wheel. I don't know. I had flashbacks and I forgot I have to be nice to you now. So like, calling you a jagged wheel was the most I could come up with. So anyway,
Taylor's new album is called Tortured Poets Department.
but there's another event happening on the 16th in Texas. So if you're
Go
closer to
for it.
Texas, go to there.
And again, I will remind
If-
you, if you go to the one in Texas and you win it, you don't have to go to Baltimore.
I can't. Whose idea was that? You've never.
Because George is
spilled the
very
beans.
nasty toward Baltimore, and he like messaged me. He was like, "Hey, why does George hate Baltimore so much?"
No. Nobody has ever asked why anybody hates Baltimore.
No,
nobody
I
has
was
ever
way
wondered that.
meaner to Baltimore than George was.
Yeah,
Because
listen,
I
I'm more
cannot
entertaining.
believe you are hosting this event in Baltimore.
I am not hosting the event in Baltimore. I would not do that.
I cannot believe you're on a committee that's hosting this event in Baltimore.
I'm in a Discord group. Does that make it a committee? Does
That is a committee
absolutely.
in 2024. That's what a committee is in 2024. Various Discord groups of angry people that don't want to leave their house to complain.
Yeah, I mean,
I just may have described the magic.
there's just nothing else to talk about in sorcery. There's nothing this week. There's nothing to talk about.
There's
So
been
Taylor Swift
63
won her
boxes
13th
sold
Grammy.
in February.
Taylor Swift won her 13th Grammy,
Wow,
and during her acceptance speech,
13
announced-
Grammys.
that's like
That's impressive.
100. That's like
Did you
113 too few.
Speaking of 13, did you know that if there was 13 months in the year, every month would be 28 days?
Yes. Can we talk about how ridiculous it is that that's not what the world looks like?
Yeah.
That is what the world should look like.
Yeah.
100%. But can we realize that if we did that, we would only get a sorcery set every 13 months, not every 12 months?
That's a good call.
What would you name the 13th month?
Taylor.
Gosh.
Oh my God. Oh man. Wow.
So, yeah. So, Post Malone, to answer your question, Louis, will be on this album. Confirmed.
Really?
Confirmed.
What?
Problem that I think we as a community, mainly as all 400 people who listen to this podcast, that we can work together on this. The song is called what, Louis?
Magic the Gathering.
Fortnite.
No.
I know. Posty.
Wait, is it spelled Fortnite like the video game or
Fortnite like the stupid pew pew game?
Dude, Fortnite's a great game. I played a lot.
No, Louis, this is our moment. We could pump like the NFL has pumped.
Dude.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what. I am pro the Taylor Swift secret layer.
That'd be amazing, but I don't care about that so much. Here's what we need to agree on. If Posty does not mention the One Ring, he's banned from this podcast.
I like where your head's at. I think he goes one further. I think he puts the graded One Ring on a chain and wears it around his neck.
God, that is how you get TCGs back. That's how you get us back.
No, that's not it. If Posty doesn't play Commander on Magic the Gathering's channel with Taylor Swift, none of this is worth it.
All right, so we're talking in the realms of reality here. A $2 million chain in a music video.
$2 million chain around his neck.
$2 million chain in a music video.
And also,
it won't even be the top 10 most expensive music video chains ever.
No, we don't need Posty being involved in Magic more. We need Taylor Swift to get involved in it.
It would be in her video.
Swifties don't care what Posty likes. Swifties care what Taylor Swift likes.
No.
So what if Travis Kelce opens up a break channel and scams everybody on whatnot?
I'm in.
Listen, that's probably going to happen. But
which George, by the way,
not happen. He actually has real money.
By the way, George, that bet never panned out for you. You have lost that like 6 times over.
Every bet on this podcast.
Not true.
You are not a good gambler.
What bet?
You're a very good businessman and a very terrible gambler.
Did you pay anything for the Commander Masters bet?
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
I don't remember what it was.
You owe me a
$500 set box.
Yeah,
we gave you 3 months.
No, I did not make that bet.
Yes,
there was no bet made. There was no bet made.
You 100%.
I want evidence.
I want evidence. I threw a fit because we had to give you 3 months, just like the Blake's break bet, where you demanded 6 months, and not.
I offered you a deal, and you didn't take it.
Okay.
No, because I want the full payment.
I'm gonna solve this right now. Whoever in the comment section links a video link to when George made that bet, I will
the bet.
When we will open the set box. I'll open my set box that George owes me. Josh can do whatever he wants for you on the channel. That'll be the bet. I will.
I don't care.
I don't want to take the time to go back and look at the.
I don't want a Commander Master set box. I'll do it.
So if you want a set box, go find the part where George was wrong.
Commander Master set box is a bastardization of the
I admit I was wrong. I did not make a bet about being wrong.
You 100% did.
No.
You did. 100%.
No.
Yep. Okay.
I still can't believe you thought Blake's Breaks would be back at it.
I thought he would be.
I don't remember
him help him out. Okay, so other Tay
was in a conversation with us.
I'll say this for the Lorcana section. I got to think else for the Lorcana section. But GOAT respects GOAT.
We got to save our dead content for when we don't have anything to talk about in the game.
No, we have a lot to talk about Lorcana, but it's good stuff. Okay, so also, I don't know if you guys know this. You guys are not awesome. So there was a rumor that Miley and Tay had some beef.
Oh my God. I don't care.
Because Miley liked a post that was not very friendly to Tay.
Oh, she just being Miley.
These people need to get off social media.
Says you with your dumbass take about with serialized cards. You hold on, boo-boo. And so, thank you, Josh. And so, however, Tay was rocking it to the Miley song at the Grammys, burying the hatchet, moving forward as friends, being the bigger person. Good job, Tay. Good job, Miley, for crushing it.
You watched the Grammys, didn't you?
No. I got the Tay news from it, though.
Are you
Kind of
sure?
sounds like you watched.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like you watched the Grammys.
Like you sat in your house and watched.
I would
the
have
Grammys.
no problem watching the Grammys. None.
That says a lot about you. That says
That's
a lot
fine.
about you.
That's fine. I didn't do it, but I'd have no problem doing it.
All right. Sorcery needs to get Arthurian Legends info.
That Miley
out.
song is a bop, by the way. Song's a bop.
Sorcery needs to get Arthurian
I
Legends
can buy myself flowers.
info
That's what I
out
want to know.
and spoilers going. We need spoilers.
You already had a spoiler like 3 months ago.
We had a
Yeah,
spoiler like 2 years ago, and we have.
You get a
spoilers.
year between sets, and then you get another spoiler.
I love how you're like, come on, Sorcery, do stuff.
Do something. Come on, man.
I love how you're like, on the one hand, it's great they only do once in a year. Brilliant.
I
On the
will
other
say,
hand,
though, you
why
know
aren't they
what's
doing
impressive?
anything?
It doesn't seem to be affecting like the market or sales. Like
Is that true, Josh?
singles, somebody ran.
Okay.
Hold on, Josh. All you do is track the sealed product. Singles, somebody's been tracking the EV. and
Not for
singles.
long.
It's $240 right now for a beta EV. It's wild.
It's wild.
So could I ask you, as the #1 sorcery content creator and
Sure.
premier sorcery singles location,
Not
find
really.
hot sorcery
Not anymore.
beta singles near you.
We're not that.
Why are
we
you not
the
just buying
premier
every
place-
sorcery beta box?
We are
Shout
the
out to Team
premier
Covenant.
place to break boxes. That we are now. That's what I am now. I'm not a single. I don't really do much singles anymore. I haven't uploaded a single for.
You own a business, and you just told me that you can buy boxes at $150, and you sell the results of that box at
A lot of-
$240.
It's a lot of work, and you're gonna lose fees on that.
It's
A
90.
lot of. That's a lot of work to make $50 after shipping.
I can buy myself
That's a lot of work to
flowers.
make $50 after
Okay.
shipping.
All right.
I can tell you've never cracked boxes for singles before. You only crack
I already
boxes for
have.
singles when you're breaking even to save your business's ass. That's when you crack boxes.
Shout out to Shocklands.
Shout out to the entirety of my channel, my store's history until I figured out not to order magic product.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true, actually.
Like,
I can't even criticize that. I remember being on the phone with you being like, Louis, just stop ordering.
You know who beta boxes are perfect for right now? People who are
Someone
working.
wants to spend $200.
People who are working on their TCG player like account to build sales, or like to go up in account levels. That and Lorcana would be really good. But okay,
Oh, I'm curious. What's the card I'm looking at? What's this card that's selling?
why
a
are you
ton?
laughing? Why are you laughing?
What a wild take.
Why?
You know who sorcery's meant for? People who want to increase their ranking.
I said what beta should be for cracking singles. That was the context of
Sure.
the conversation.
What's the card that's selling a ton of copies? Because
The cores are selling a bunch. I think somebody
cores?
said one of the Aquamarine core, maybe, or one of the cores. There was like 48 sold.
That's what I have. I have a Corvine core. That's the one I
last
have.
month, like 48 different copies, and for different sales. One of the cores, I can't remember which one.
I can buy myself
There's-
flowers.
there's been, I mean, there's like on average of 1 to 2 sold a day.
That's pretty good.
That's great for your TCG player levels.
Listen,
All right.
for
Let-
indie TCG, that's pretty good.
I just struggle because you say, "Listen, it's doing incredibly," and then
I
we put it,
literally
now all of a
didn't
sudden
say
we
that.
stuff it back
You
into a
did
box.
say that.
I
You
literally
literally
did.
just
You
said
said
that.
from a singles perspective, it's doing incredibly. You did
That's
say
what
that.
you just said.
Did I
Like
just say that?
verbatim.
Yes. My
I
brother.
remember saying that.
My dad.
I mean, the EV is great. The EV is
I love
really good.
I love you so much.
But like the EV is great. Is that not true?
I have no idea. I need you to do an
it's the same
EV
thing.
video versus to asking us about
I
it.
just
Louis.
told you what the EV
If
is.
you did a market update video, I'd have something to go on here. You know what? If you did it weekly, we could have a better segment on this podcast.
100%.
So
100%.
the conversation about singles has been EV is still positive for beta, which is a good thing, and the sales show like the number of copies are, I mean, people could check out one at a time, but it's not like somebody bought 48 copies on the same day it's like, it's not like obvious pumping. It's like every day there's a couple selling, which suggests that either somebody's taking the time to make it look like that, or like people are just building decks and gradually filling out collections, and there's like authentic demand, and that tends to be where I land, especially that boxes are still available from Team Covenant. So like apparently there's an unlimited amount of boxes in the market. So
shout to Team Covenant.
Yeah, I mean, look, there is. I mean, you look at kind of TCG players sorted by best selling, and the best selling cards you've got a couple selling 1 to 2 every day, and that's fine. I don't know. It felt like, and maybe this is my misinterpretation, it felt like you were,
but that
stronger.
That would be on par with some of the big indie TCGs, so like that's the point.
That's a good point.
There's
maybe
other games where like the top cards sell once every 6 months or once every like forever.
Yeah, but I would also look at that and be like, that's not indicative of something good, I guess.
Well, not compared to like the top cards from Magic or the top cards from games that have
no one's comparing
hundreds of
it to
thousands
Magic.
of players, but that's not
for sure.
Why is
It's just I think I just misunderstood. So that's my
is what
Beast Magic Hero.
What is Beast
Tragic Hero?
What is that?
Lorcana card.
Well, here's a better question.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the comment section said they own 7 foil sharks, and they tried to use that as a flex.
You should buy them all from them.
And that was hilarious. 7?
How many foil sharks are you at?
I told you I won't expose that information till I own the majority. I know the number out there. I will own the majority of these damn sharks.
Baby and shark.
I'm gonna buy a shark right now on TCG Play.
Do it. You know what? Do it.
They're $65.
Not when I buy them. They're not.
You could buy 4 of them at $70 right now. Average of $70.
Baby.
You said don't be a liar to the viewers.
5
Go
of them.
buy those.
You could buy 5 of them.
Spend $70.
What are you buying them at? $40.
I 100%. My talking about that card is pumping the market on that card. 100%. 100%.
No, it's called cornering the market. You have a monopoly.
Hey, that other guy's got 7 of them.
The other guy's got 7. So technically, George, if we go to litigation, I don't have a monopoly.
That's true.
I want. What's the technical percentage of a monopoly?
That's a very complicated topic.
Yes,
that is a remarkably complicated topic. Shout out to business enterprises in law school. I remember you somewhat well, and very fondly. My favorite course in law school.
I was about to say, George, you went to and excelled in law school. This would be an area of the podcast where you actually have something.
I would say I excelled at business school. I went to law school.
Okay, hold on.
I excelled at business enterprises.
Time out. 7 years of college, no degree. You excelled at all the school. Okay.
I did very well in BE1, BE2.
Excels in business school and then names your company what you named it.
Okay, let's discuss this. Okay, enough. Okay. Arcade RevShare is a great name.
I was with George earlier this week.
What is
Arcade RevShare? What do? I RevShare arcades. You know what I do in the title.
That's why the #1 streaming services on the world is just called streaming services.
PlayStation. What do? I'm a station that plays. Boom. Done.
You're a big fan of Disney. What does Disney mean then?
Disney's a little bit complicated.
It's all knees. Disney, everybody. It's all knees. We're selling knees.
I had a really funny image go through my head when you said
duck. You're a duck with dark wings. Boom.
You said PlayStation, and I instantly in my head, does it work with Xbox? Oh, nope. No, it doesn't.
It does. Kind of. It's a box.
Oh, man. I was going at him today because I didn't know what his business name was. And he was like,
this is the first I've heard of it.
I was like, you named your business what your business does? Like, what?
We've been friends for this long, and you haven't mentioned it. You're clearly not proud of it. Louis drops
I got no problem with
gamergrove.gg
It's not a public
40
facing game.
times.
It's not a public
40
facing company.
times.
So, and
on
that's
this
why
B2B.
I came to the realization it's because he's just taking advantage of everybody else who actually knows how to name a business and make.
It's B2B.
Listen, Hometown TCG is not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. Okay.
Kitchen Table Games? Kitchen Table Games? Wait a minute.
Listen, Kitchen Table TCG is a terrible name because there's a actual LGS called Kitchen Table
I know.
Games in Florida, and I get 2 messages a week. KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com. Hey, I saw this single on TCG Player. I was wondering if you could send me a picture of it. And it's all people who see Kitchen Table Games on TCG.
You're
Player.
leveraging those into sales, right?
No, I don't have the card.
Oh, you gotta get your
Their-
inventory up.
It's their inventory.
You gotta get your inventory up.
Every
gotta
time
get
you
your
get one of those,
inventory up.
you better convert that to a sorcery sale.
No, but have you heard about this sweet game? You can go to tc.com and you can buy it.
Yeah, because I don't have
If
any
you buy
product to
it
sell
from me
them.
and sell on TCG Player,
So
you
I
level
can't
up your
even.
account.
Never mind. I can't convert the people to sell to me. I can't even convert the people on my own YouTube channel to buy product from me.
It's true.
Hey, by the way, your pack opening streams have been going great. Those are sweet.
Dude, they've been
Those
really
are good. Those are
I'm trying to weasel in some magic sales during them, but I haven't. It's like, hey, watch Lord of the Rings and sorcery, and everybody just wants sorcery. Nobody wants magic. It's great.
It's almost like you dunk on one and support another, but I don't know. I'm not
Well,
great at this stuff.
I can get product for one of them though. Like I have to buy boxes on eBay for alpha and beta, and then sell them as packs.
You're just like this sorcery beggar. Please,
Or,
please
like,
Simon, may I have some more?
there's people who message me too and sell product. But like for the most part at this point, it's just picking it up on the secondary.
I have
That's also secondary, but when people are trying to sell to me, I pay them less.
one of the channel members of the local guy is a good friend of mine at this point, and he ordered one of my box openings for sorcery, and so I still have his stuff sitting there. And he's got another one he wants to open that I pulled aside for him that I haven't put on the channel yet. Screw it. If I don't hear from him for another 3 months, I'll just sell you that one.
There you go,
I'll sell
baby.
you his box and give him his money back.
I'll take him. Yeah, the
James,
stream's
show up at
been fun.
MagicCon and get your stuff.
Oh, I can't wait
Get
to play sorcery. Josh, will you play sorcery with me when we do Magic Con?
Nope.
No?
I will never
do it on
play a
my
game of
channel?
sorcery. I will never play a game of. I told you, I am approaching this as something I've never done. Never playing a game of sorcery. Not
Just
doing it.
giant shark tendies.
Look, I don't like. I'll be honest. I think it's sorcery's a good game.
Great game.
You're on here and you talk about
Good
Magic every week, and you've never played a game of Magic.
I play Magic every single week.
I wasn't
multiple
talking-
times a week.
First
And
of all,
I
don't be
have
so
played-
defensive. Not talking about you.
And I have played Magic before.
Okay, not since most of our viewers have been alive.
You didn't know what
That's
an
true.
instant was 20 minutes ago.
It's been,
No, that's not true. He said you can cast it instantly. He got that right.
It's been a couple decades. It's been a couple
And he said
decades.
the
I'll be the
stack.
first to admit this.
did
He
know
said
this.
the stack. When
Yeah,
you
the
pulled
Genesis.
the stack out,
That was pretty good.
that was
Great content.
Shout out to Sorcery. That was a great Sorcery segment, guys. Good job.
And Tay section, but there's more coming in Lorcana. If you
All
want
right,
more Tay
and Posty. And Posty.
One
Posty, don't let us down. Your invite to this
Shane.
podcast depends on it.
we need a celebrity in Sorcery. We don't have a celebrity for Sorcery yet.
You don't have a
Buddy.
boxes of sorcery. I
Buddy.
focus on getting some boxes before you focus on getting celebrities.
Buddy,
Just
buddy,
take the
buddy,
advice.
you're it.
We had
You're
had
it.
Chumley for Cryptic.
Yeah,
That worked out
Yep.
super well.
Yep.
We had
Aoki.
for MetaZoo. Where's our sorcery celebrities?
I will
Buddy,
just
it's
say this.
you.
I will say this. You can go back to the YouTubers. Both Mike and Tanner promised me that they would make Hawaiian shirts.
This is not happening for sorcery.
Neither did.
Oh, you want to bet Simon would
Neither
be the one
did.
to do it.
And now look what's happened.
There's no
I'm not saying it's cause and effect.
I'll tell you what, if they have Hawaiian shirts for the dust rewards,
I'm gonna go on a buying spree. Make it fat sized. Make it fat sized, Simon. Don't do
Listen.
me dirty.
I would maybe consider using some of my coveted, cherished dust codes to buy you that shirt, but I probably won't.
Everybody steal his code. He just showed it.
No, you got to scratch it still.
You gotta scratch it off,
No.
dude.
It's kind of
just a
disappointing that it's not that the QR code doesn't just redeem it. You know how long it took me to input?
That's not the most disappointing thing. It could have been scratch and sniff, and it wasn't.
Should I? Okay, question of the day. Okay, this is not related to anything.
I'm in.
Our favorite
Versus the rest of this podcast,
one of
which
our
has been very on topic.
one of our favorite content creators. Shout out to what's his name? Cardinal
Donald?
Gaming. Who Cardinal Gaming named the sorcery bubble, or not the bubble, the named the MetaZoo bubble 2 years ago, right?
Does
They're
that get
gonna-
cut, you think?
No, they're doing a big sale, and he's got a complete in-box Earthbound. Should I bet on it? It's like one of the things I've always wanted.
What's it going for?
I don't know. It's just I would just bid
Yep.
if I win.
Yep.
Oh,
Like I mean, like at the end of the day, if you want it, you end up buying it. It's always bids are always cheaper than buying now. So this stuff doesn't come up super often. Yeah, 100%. Yes.
as someone who every week bids on a couple Brothers War serialized auctions, that is not the case.
You do
They
that every
often-
week.
Every week.
God.
I mean, they're trying to get my deals, dude. I got to get deals. That's part of my
close are
challenge.
you? How close are you?
I'm getting there. I think a third of the way, so it's still a little ways, but I do it differently. I do it differently. I don't just go out and buy all the cards that I want. I try to get a deal on every single purchase.
God, his ass crack with the West Virginia shirt is perfect. That is that is your screenshot for this podcast.
Here's the problem. I already have the player's guide, and this is included. George, these are scratch and stuff.
Are they really?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
this game tanked because they marketed it with a giant thing in the Nintendo Power magazine that said this game stinks, and
That's really clever.
and
I
it's
like
because in there you had scratch and stuffs, and they
that.
still
I really like that.
they still smell, but it didn't do well. This one smells like banana. It doesn't. It doesn't.
It cannot still smell like banana. It
It
now
could.
smells like mold,
Yeah.
and that now smells like brain rot.
I don't remember where I got this, but it's like a
Brain
great
rot.
game. Anyway,
I must have some brain rot because that took a second.
sounds like you guys are talking me out of it, so I won't bid on it. But
I support it. I did not talk you out of it. I supported it.
if anybody has a complete inbox Earthbound, hit me up. All right, One Piece.
Shout out to potential one-day sponsor MVP, dropping some scoopies, doing some speculating.
I thought they were a
So-
full-on sponsor.
It's always good when he goes to
I
the
feel like
phone
they should
to
know who we are
read.
before they are our
But
sponsor.
it's funnier this way. And
I agree.
We,
Yeah.
and we do things
fine with
for the meme. We don't actually care. That's
Yeah.
why.
Okay.
That's what makes us good.
We're not
So
good at
they
what we
say,
do. George.
They say they finally got some updated information from the manufacturer Bondi, maybe potential owner of MetaZoo one day. We don't know. We don't know.
That's definitely not going to happen. Those rumors are wild.
In
Rudy's
summary,
buying MetaZoo.
Bondi is aware of the shortage of U.S. supply,
You mean Bandai, right?
No, let him go. Let him cook.
but will not or cannot contract new printers at this time. So they are using their current overseas printers at maximum capacity
They're on fire. They're printing
and
so hard.
expecting U.S. distributors to continue allocating cutting units to stores in the meantime to balance things. So, Louis, I have one question for you. Is this still printed demand like you said it was, or is that not the case? I don't
So
remember.
listen, it's never been actually printed demand for me.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I've said the entire time.
Dude, it's wild. I mean, we're getting cut like freaking crazy.
Well,
I asked for
They want it to be
400
printed demand, it sounds like.
I asked for 400 boxes of OP. What is the next one? 6?
7 or
I'm
6.
getting-
Are you?
I'm
Oh,
getting-
you're right. That's right. You got in on 6, right?
I'm getting 20 boxes.
Well, like, One Piece is the only game stuck in COVID where like what you ask for makes no difference.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you want? All of it.
Right.
Like the numbers you put down make no difference.
That's the
If you'd asked
wildest.
for 400 or 40,000, you would have gotten 20 boxes.
Well, and like they have to be careful because as soon as you actually get the 400, like
That will be when it gets tricky.
yeah,
That will be when
this
we've
is
all been there.
exactly
we've all been
what's
there.
happening with Lorcana now, right?
Nope, not true. We'll be fine.
This is
You
this
don't
is the
actually
biggest.
believe that though. That's
We'll be fine. No problem with Lorcana. That'd be
That's
great.
the biggest eye-opening peek behind the curtain thing for someone like me that doesn't own a store, that doesn't do the distro thing that you guys get to point out. I gotta tell you, I give you big credit for that because we would have no idea that that's how that system works, and it's
not how it's
mind-blowing.
supposed to work.
Oh,
It's
I'm
never-
aware. I'm aware of that.
George, it's been how it's worked since I started my store.
But
Right.
it's only because you started your store after COVID. Like
Right,
it was
that's
not
just
this
the way
way
it is
before
now, though.
COVID.
That's
Right,
the
but
way
that's
that it
the
is,
way.
and
The fact that it's working this way now is not helping any of this.
and the market hasn't.
It's
The
broken.
market hasn't adapted. Like, the
It
market
has though.
still wants
It's adapted in Magic. It's adapted in Pokemon.
Pokemon's doing great, man.
I believe one of us predicted that this set would do better than 151. How's that turning out? Doing
What's
good for you?
that? This one?
Yeah.
This is doing fine.
Fine,
Doesn't
fine.
sound good.
I ordered more boxes.
That's not how people define fine.
So I'm fine.
Okay.
Emotionally, it hasn't destroyed me.
When you don't order any boxes, then you don't have to keep looking on TCG Player to see how much money you're losing every day.
It follows. Like it's every other game has kind of is back to the way it used to be.
Yeah.
One Piece will get there. It's just going to take some time.
Yeah,
I am still on team. Like I would not go hard into One Piece boxes of these prices yet.
so people sold tons of boxes. You had stores who were hoarding products. Did you guys see all this on?
Yeah, the dramas.
Yeah,
Dramas.
Stores that were hoarding products, dumping all their stuff and whatever. I still believe that the reprint is going to be more focused on big box retailers.
They
and
said that's not true though. They said it's to be regular boxes.
have they actually come out and said that?
I think so. I think they said it'd be regular boxes too.
I don't think they actually have come out and
They
said that.
said that.
They haven't. They haven't. But it's okay. You can say whatever you want. My speculation is that most of it happens.
I mean, MVP says they will.
MVP is not them. So
Wait. So you wanted me to talk about this topic because it's MVP saying it, but MVP is not them.
I mean, MVP speculating is MVP. If they want to speculate on it, I agree that they can speculate on it. I just disagree with the speculation. So, did you know that One Piece packs are in Five Below? Like they're in Target. Five Below is like a popular one that everyone always goes to hunt for packs. And
It's in Marshalls.
yeah, like a bunch of different places.
I looked today.
But
Getting frames done. Getting the framey frames.
Oh my gosh,
Framing?
framing is
Offensively expensive.
way too expensive.
yeah. We had a
Shout out
conversation about this
to
today.
anybody who can refer me to a good online framer. Get in Louis' DMs.
I like sorry, the store's calling me. I'm making sure
Was it more there?
it was more. Moore's not. He doesn't want to be on the podcast.
No.
If it was any other employee, I would answer it and make him be on the
Call
podcast.
Donald to make sure everything's okay.
Donald's
friend.
in the store.
Where's
shout
Donald?
Shout out to Donald.
Donald's okay? My friend.
It's not Lorcana Day. He's not at the store.
That makes sense. The goat Donald. Shout out to Scruffy Gamer.
Frames. What's that place? The crafting place. They do good frames.
Hobby Lobby.
Smart.
Hobby
stuff.
Lobby. Bingo.
From getting my framing done.
Yeah, that's the best place to get your frames done, George.
I was
so
blown
expensive.
away. I had a whole conversation with George today about how expensive that was. I was blown away.
I want to give an anti shout out to Marshalls today. I went there to get great things framed. She gave me a price. It was high.
Marshall
right.
says framing.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It was high.
Really?
Wait, not Marshalls. Michaels. Anti shout out to Michaels.
That makes more sense.
Okay, I was about to say, don't
Marshalls.
do Marshalls like that.
No. And so they give me a price. It's all right. It's cool. Their computer crashes. She has to reprice it. The price, totally different than the first price she gave me.
You should have made her give her the first price.
And no, she can't figure out how to do it. The computer's like not working with her.
Wow.
So you just accepted that? You just walk out?
It was 3 hours.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so you're not buying the One Piece news. You're saying that
Well, I'm absolutely saying they're right.
So, well, who's right? Because One Piece said that they're printing more boxes, and you're
Yes.
saying that Bandai's saying, or that MVP Sports is saying that they can't do it. That it's not going to
No,
happen.
that's not at all what MVP said. They said they are working to bring on more printers, but right now they're just maxing out the printers they have.
Right.
And so there will be reprints. It won't be right now.
Right. So 6 months.
Those
from now,
those
do
two
you think that
statements
happens?
can be together. There will be
Okay,
reprints.
so 6
Statement
months
one.
from now, do you think that happens?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't think they can get more boxes in 6 months. I don't think we see more OP 1 through 5 in the next 6 months. Maybe OP 5, because who knows, it might already be printed. But I don't think we see more OP 1 through 4 in the next 6 months.
Really?
Yeah, they gotta print 6 and 7.
Yeah, that was the conversation with. Now hold on, that was the conversation with Lorcana though too, right? We were concerned, and they found a way to make it happen.
We were not concerned. I had the faith.
Listen. I think Lorcana has a bigger pull than One Piece does.
It has bigger pull than everything else because why?
Because they're GOAT.
Bingo.
I think Lorcana probably has an easier time getting into printers than One Piece would. I don't know. I don't even know where One Piece is printing their cards, but
apparently overseas.
Yeah,
I would think Bandai has the relationships in the space though.
Yeah, because I heard on this podcast that Lorcana didn't have any of these contacts. And they were way out of their depth. They could never figure this out. I heard that on this podcast. Now that I think about it, Louis.
You heard that about Ravensburger?
Yeah. Not about Disney.
Or Ravens. Is it Ravensburger or Ravensburger? Someone
I think Ravensburger.
Is it? I'm saying Ravensburger.
Okay. Let's move on to the Lorcana. We were talking about, we got to do Kickstarters. I thought we were moving on to Lorcana.
Shout out to Nom Nom Verse.
Yeah.
I love that Kickstarter TCGs are just back for no reason. I love it.
The reason is MetaZoo.
The reason is not MetaZoo.
There's that much just money that people want.
No, it's not the money. It's the boredom. People who get their heart broken want nothing more than to go to another girlfriend and get their heart broken again. That is the way to do it.
You can go to Publix and get a sandwich if you want to get your heart broken. And like at the end of the day, like, no, absolutely not. Like this is just like
running right back, diving deep in, getting the heart broken again. That's what's happening. Nom Nom looks cool. So Nom Nom, do you know what Nom Nom is? George, do you actually know anything about it?
It's a character.
Do you actually know anything about the game?
No, it's Victor Larson.
It's a RPG TCG.
I did see this. I did know this.
It's very interesting. It seems way less competitive one-on-one and more like PvE, like group setting.
I know you love PvE.
I do. Kind of interesting.
Now, here's the question.
If you like the MetaZoo art, you'll like it. If you like the idea of collecting, the MetaZoo style stuff, you'll like Nom Nom for sure. And then Altered hit like 2 million, didn't they?
Altered 2.2 now, I think.
Yeah.
Altered's just going crazy.
It's insane. We're back, baby.
I
have not backed either of these games.
Can we talk about Altered? Do we have time to talk about Altered?
Sure.
I'm a little anxious about Altered.
Sure. I'm anxious about every single indie TCG.
I am not anxious about Nom Nom Verse. It will be bigger than Magic by the time it releases. It'll be the second biggest TCG after Lorcana. Altered is a little more dangerous, I think. It's not.
Why?
It's not really. That was a joke. Here's where Altered scares me. This part's serious. No, not serious. This part's honest. I think it's really complicated.
The gameplay or the setup?
The setup. Like you're gonna get this digital rights to this card. Yeah. Then you can print it out.
It's a lot.
I don't know if people are going to care that I don't own the digital right if I own the physical product.
They won't care about that. But tournament organizers can care about it in the big.
But are you going to care about it in your store?
No, but the big. No. So this is one of the things I've seen people talk about, which is actually kind of cool. If I, as a store, open up a bunch of packs and whatever and get a bunch of these cards, I could print off a bunch of decks and sell them in store for $15 and build a whole community using my cards and my rights or whatever. And so my whole community can be playing with cards that are really cheap and I can build it or whatever. I'm not saying that's a win. That's what people are saying they can do.
I think that's the argument. I think that's the one I hear the most.
Yeah.
But my question is I
have no clue.
Every store is going to do that.
Right. Yeah. And so then the secondary market is just within your store.
Like the physical card is going to be dirt cheap, won't it be?
Yep.
So
the foils, then you print as many as you want.
Foilers.
Yeah, the foilers you can print as many as you want. So if you want it to be super expensive, you hold it back. The wild part,
it won't be super expensive. It's the same rarity. It's unlimited rarity.
The wild part is you have the cards that are different statistics. You can have like the best in slot blah 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 card that nobody else has, and that card's gonna be worth $1 bazillion, assuming that people actually want to play the game and that there's a market for it. That's the wild stuff. Listen, so this is where I've fallen on it, is like it's too wild for me to be all in terms of like I'm gonna make content, I'm gonna do it in my store, I'm gonna be up, but it's also too wild to not have
this
some stake
is
in the
either
game.
going to the absolute stratosphere or to the dirt floor.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna back it for some amount of money just because like I don't want to miss out on the like the opportunity cost is there for me.
Are you ready to lose some subscribers? Let's do it.
Of course. Talk about NFTs.
They could just be NFTs. Like this is
they should be
like why like why is this not just an NFT? This is
I got
literally
for this last week.
This is literally what they do.
If you make an NFT, then you have to pay the chain fees.
That's the
put it on a layer 2. Put it on layer 2. Don't put it on Ethereum. Put it on Arbitrum.
It's also just confusing. NFTs are dead because nobody knows how to use them.
There is no way this is less confusing than an NFT.
If they have a website, if they have a website where you can buy, sell, and trade things,
there's marketplaces on the blockchain. It's not like I have to know the person.
Listen.
Go to Blur. Go to OpenSea.
NFTs are dead. Stop pumping it, buddy. Just
go to Magicthegathering. Go to any of these places.
Hey, you're never gonna make your money back from our trade. Move on. Move on.
This is the absolute reason they have NFTs. It should just be an NFT.
This would be a practical, realistic use for an NFT.
Yeah, like
you know why it's on an NFT. We all know why it's on an NFT.
Because
NFTs are scams.
Because then it's too obvious that it's a scam.
Yeah, like because everybody would be like, and I don't actually think NFTs are scams. I think there's great utility for NFTs, but the public perception of NFTs is that NFTs are scams. So a business launching with NFTs makes no sense. It's just not worth it. You lose too many customers. You lose half your customer base.
There are way more NFT collectors than TCG collectors.
Yeah, but those NFT collectors don't care about TCGs and don't want anything to do with people who don't know how to do NFTs right. There will be a
percentage of them that see that it's an NFT tied to an actual asset, like something that exists.
That worked out.
And also,
well for
by the way,
it wasn't tied to it though.
Hold on. Gary V loves NFTs. Gary V also loves cards.
It's true.
Boom. There you go.
Let's get him on the podcast. Next week, Gary V is on the podcast to tell us why Altered should be NFTs.
And Posty's also allowed if he mentions the one ring card in the song with Tate.
And where's it on a chain?
Allowed.
No.
Period. But really, Posty should only be allowed if he brings Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's fine.
What? She got a Super Bowl to go to? What do you guys do for the Super Bowl?
We have every year we have Super Bowl of wings where me and my buddy get together and we cook wings all day and then we watch the game and eat wings. And
Dude,
a bunch of people
your pulled pork looked really good.
I have eaten a shameful amount of pulled pork for 3 days straight.
I'm jealous. I love pulled pork.
It's not great. I don't feel great and I can't stop. It's so good.
That's pulled pork.
I just can't. It was way easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really difficult too.
What do you do?
I put it in the smoker. So I seasoned it. I cut it up. I trimmed up a little fat. I was worried about the temperature, but I bought a little thermometer that goes in there and sticks out a Bluetooth to my phone. So I sat at my desk and worked. And when it was done,
good.
It was so good.
So good. Best invention ever made.
Yeah. It was so much work to prep though.
Yeah.
Having a smoker is like having a chore. Like cleaning everything, get everything, make sure the wood is all soaked ahead of time. It's like, it's crazy. I
have my grill and I'm the type of guy. You got people who like grills and they clean their grill like it's a.
I know that's not you.
Like
I know that's not you. I know that's not you. Do not worry. Nobody wondered if you did or not.
They clean their grill like it matters. Like it's like people who have trucks and they're like, look at how shiny and expensive my truck is. I am not that guy. My grill looks like it was born in World War I and went through World War II. I mean, this thing looks the what's the thing called? The propane tank.
Right.
It's outside. God. It is sitting on the side of the grill because where it holds rusted out and it fell. So it's just like right next to it.
You have a great grill. I like your grill already.
I use my grill every day. I haven't washed the spatula 6 months, a year. It just sits outside. The rains on it, It
Well, the
works great.
spatula is a weird one. The spatula is a weird choice. The brush, I can see.
The brush
Spatula is a
doesn't-
weird
I don't even
choice.
use the brush. I
He
don't
doesn't know where it
brush
is. He
don't
lost that
brush
3
the-
years ago.
I don't
I
brush
do,
the-
I do because after the Chicago winter, the thing's got rust on it. I just don't want rust on my burgers. That's where I draw the line.
It adds flavor,
fi-
baby.
Dude, fire will kill everything. I'm with you. I
Yeah,
turn on my
it
grill. I
adds
turn on high heat. Fire kills all
Yeah.
that stuff. I'm not worried about it. Rust? I don't want rust on my burgers.
Yeah, it kills. It adds flavor. So using a smoker, if there's no shot, I'm cleaning that thing. Because you use a smoker like twice a year, right?
I use it
not
a
when your
lot.
wife buys it for you for your first Father's Day.
Oh, I thought
After saying-
smokers like it was like such a lot of work that you just don't use it that often.
George, the prep for once you get it in there, once you're good at managing the temperature, it's like a slow cooker. It's a little more work than a slow cooker.
Okay.
All the prep though, way more work. It's ridiculous. It sucks. That part sucks.
So I've done a 4 years in a row. We did a pig roast.
Full pig roast.
So
Love
we did.
Those are
we,
crazy good.
Listen, we did for 3 years. We did a pig roast with like the smoker, and it was great and whatever. The 4th year, we did a pig and cow roast where we dug and you do the cow underground. Holy moly! It was so good, but
Sounds like so much work.
it was so much work.
Was it a whole cow?
It was half a cow. So you bought half a cow. They bring in. It's literally cut in half. We all
I don't know if I
dug.
can handle that.
We all
Yeah,
dug.
it's-
I'm not
It's
sure I
rough.
can handle that.
You put a bunch of coals and you get a fire going, and then
How big is this hole?
it's massive.
How big's a cow?
It was our college dorm. We did it. We like
okay.
it was
that
like
makes
for
more sense.
every year we had this giant, whatever. It was great.
That makes
Delicious.
more sense.
Okay, great.
Speaking of pigs, we can go to Piglet.
What the hell is this
Piglets.
podcast? What is
Piglets in the next set. That was called a transition. But you did great.
All right, let's finish this
I'm
up.
still not over the fact that you just ripped my take from our phone conversation earlier today.
That was my take. I've had that take for
On what?
days.
On what?
About altered.
Oh, why isn't it NFT?
My one concern. Hold on. What did I say? Because I said nothing about altered. I said 2 things about altered on the phone today to you, George. First one, I'm concerned about the complexity.
I'm concerned about that too, but not as much.
That was what you said. That's the first thing you said. The second thing I was concerned about is if I invest in altered, because that's what it is at this point, because I'm never going to play altered. It's totally investment. I'm being honest with everybody here. I need to know if Louis getting in.
That part I agreed with. If Louis is in, I'm fading it.
That's not what I said.
I know that's what I said though.
I said if Louis is in, I'm in.
Love
Because
it,
he'll go hard, he'll fall in love, and I have a place to sell my stuff when I don't want it.
That's not true.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not true. You want my cricket stuff, Louis?
No, I have the
Oh, you
problem.
waited
Is,
too long.
the
George, you
problem is
waited too
I
long.
bought so much.
Hold on,
Christmas.
George. You're telling me there wasn't a time he would have absolutely bought
would've bought
100%.
everything.
That
Single.
Brassman will. I offered you.
That my theory is correct. You did it wrong.
I offered you $300 for this shirt that you then gave me for free as a meme.
That's true.
I wouldn't have charged you. I would have struggled.
I would not have charged you
$300.
$100. I don't take money.
Yeah.
I don't take money from Louis unless I get a demand letter.
George and I have both twice sent each other demand letters written by ChatGPT, and that's the only way that we will send each other money that we owe each other.
100%. It's a policy.
See, I bought George money a couple times on orders, and even before they get here, I'm like, I gotta get you paid because it lingers. I don't do as much business as you guys do.
I owe
You guys
George
do.
like 12 grand, and I sent him 12 grand, but I didn't send him the $28 for shipping on the 12 grand.
That's true.
So he sent me a ChatGPT letter of whatever for $28.
That's true. That's true.
Listen, you can fault the name of his business, but the man's a businessman.
That's my favorite demand letter I've ever written.
It's pretty good.
$28.
Speaking of,
Did you pay it? Did you pay up?
Yeah. You pay it right away. After the demand letter.
I need to write you a new demand letter to ship that stuff that I already bought the label and emailed to you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Remind me tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
set 3.
You're supposed to check for me tomorrow.
You should have sent me a shipping label before.
I gotta send
have
it
it
to
or
me.
not.
Set 3.
I'm
Set
learning how
3.
this works.
Let's go. Let's end this podcast. Nobody's still watching. Shout out to you if you made it through this.
They're definitely walking. They know the best game comes last. All right. So set 3. We got some allocations. Got a lot of allocations.
Lots of boxes. We got
Lots of
lots of allocations.
Lots of allocations.
you're gonna get boxes.
Ravensburger did what they said they're going to do. They're going to put this thing basically like they want it to be, I think, at MSRP, maybe a little bit below. I think they're going to get there. And it'll be $120 to $140 a box.
You hope it's $120 a box.
I think it'll be 120. I think it'll be one. I think maybe goes to 110 for a minute, but
so I actually think this is good. I actually think it's going to be fine. I think
it's going to be fine.
I think the biggest thing that matters for Lorcana right now is twofold. Are the Enchanteds good? Because Floodborne, the Enchanteds weren't as good. Are the Enchanteds good? Is the artwork something that people want? And then two, how does the sideways card interact with the gameplay? Because if you all of a sudden you're playing, and there's a ton of people
cards. Come on, Louis.
There's a ton of people playing Lorcana. So if that starts to become part of the meta and you start realizing, oh, the new set matters, and that's a really tangible way to see that the new set matters, I think that's going to change. I think that will do good for set 3.
I think Inklands will change the game. I think the set will be fine. I'm pretty hyped about it. And it looks like Rise is also trending up a little bit this week. Honestly, the biggest surprise is that like set 1 is going nuts still.
Yeah.
Almost $200.
Yeah, I mean, like
Lorcana is floating right there for a while, which is a good sign.
Like Lorcana's just hitting on all cylinders. They're doing a great job, and I never would have seen it coming, right, Louis? I did see it coming the entire time.
Floodborne is a pretty flat line, which I think is good. The question is like, do they release more boxes or not? And this is
I don't think they'll. I mean, there's no need to release more Floodborne.
This is the question though. Do they do a thing where like they have boxes and they just don't release it because they don't need it, or do they print the boxes and now they need to sell them? And do we start like the big question for me for Lorcana is we have never been able to get Lorcana under like advertised costs. It's always been like, here's your box of Lorcana, take them. This is the price, because we're all like, hey, yeah, give it to me. Whereas like Magic, Pokemon, whatever, it's like, hey, if you buy more, you can get it cheaper. If you buy more, if you buy a case of Floodborne, we'll give you the hot Magic product, or I mean, the question, that's not what's happened. I'm saying like if they start doing that, if they put more boxes out and stores don't take them, and then distro starts doing the shenanigans, that's the type of stuff that craters prices of these games. And so the question to me is, does Ravensburg hold on to the boxes if they have more, or do they give them to
maybe?
distro?
I mean, like,
that temptation's hard not to just leak them out.
Yeah.
I think they need to reprint set 1. Like, I think they need to reprint set 1.
They clearly do, which is wild. It's
the demand
wild.
for set 1's insane.
I mean, like, and I think they will. Like, I know there's like somebody posted.
Elsa card's still $600.
Of course, it's GOAT.
So the demand for set 2 is fairly on pace with the demand for set 1. Yeah. If you remove the massive like price spike and reprint cycle that set 1 underwent.
Yeah.
When set 1 was stable, the sales for set 2 and set 1 are eerily similar, right? I mean, the difference is set 1 was a 10D farm for a while.
The demand for Lorcana is unbelievable still.
I'll give you that.
Well, here, I'll pop quiz. And since you know the section where you'll know the answer, which has sold more on TCG Player? The Into the Inklands pre-sales, which don't come out until March, or all of Ravnica Remastered?
Of course, it's GOAT. It's GOAT.
Yeah,
it
is the only game that's GOAT.
That's crazy.
Can I talk about two other GOATs for a second? Can I talk about 2 other GOATs?
We're right here, so sure.
Bob Iger, the GOAT of Disney. Sure, hit over $100 today. Good job, Bob.
So subtle. That was
signed up. Tay-Tay, the other GOAT, in her concert will be on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's great.
Aristor, Disney Plus, Bob Iger GOAT, closing the deals. Good job, Bob Iger.
George's house is just gonna be TVs all over the place. It's gonna be a smelly dumpster of Taylor Swift.
I keep the house clean because I have Ruby.
With a new couch.
I gotta get a new couch. I hate my couch. I need a new couch.
He's got a couch, Louis, that you can't lay on.
What's the point of it?
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand, dude. You gotta get a couch you can lay down on.
God, that's the dumbest thing.
Where should I get a couch? Like, where do you buy your couch,
dude? Okay, here's the secret.
I already answered this for you.
I've got the hookup on couches. Absolute hookup on couches.
Okay,
I'm in.
So I'm not going to use company names because I don't want to get anybody fired.
Will you DM me?
There are 2 couch companies in this area. I'll give you one of them. No, there are 2 companies. There are 2 places around here.
I'm nowhere near you.
I actually just can't think of the names of them in my head. One of them is Ashley Furniture. The other one is
I went to Ashley Furniture. I was outraged by the prices. Outraged.
Okay, so it is. Here's the thing. The other one is what's the other big one? Anyway, so I know somebody at Ashley Furniture, and if I call them and I give them prices from the other one, she's just like, oh, I can get that for like 80% of that cost. And she'll order it from the same warehouse that the other place gets it from, and she'll just undercut them by like 20-25%, like basically their cost plus like 5-10%, and ships it to our house. It's wild. It's wild. I've never paid anywhere close to like price for a couch.
My idea does not sound so bad, no, George, is it?
No.
What was Josh's idea?
Steal from a college dorm.
That was not my idea. That was not my plan.
It was pretty close.
You know what you should get?
Facebook Marketplace.
A love sack.
I'm getting one. I'm getting one.
Which one are you getting? Which one are you getting?
I'm replacing a 3-person sofa and a love seat. The love seat's going to become a love sack.
Which one are you getting? Answer the question.
The fake one. I'm not getting the real love sack. I'm getting the fake love sack. I'm getting the fake sack.
I don't have a love sack because I'm not hood rich, but like there's another family that we hung out with that they moved, but they had a love sack in their like movie room. First off, doesn't fit 2 people. Don't.
No, I don't want to fit 2 people.
Not if those
me and
2
Ruby.
people. Not if those 2 people are me and my wife. That's for sure. Like it just doesn't fit 2 actual
It's
size.
for me and Ruby.
Maybe some of those real skinny people, not me.
Not me.
But it is the most comfortable thing in the world.
Yeah.
And the cheap ones.
George.
I bought a cheap one because I'm not rich.
Buddy.
No, but they have the fake ones. They have the good fake ones.
No good.
Buddy. The love sack for Magic is a Magic 30th anniversary edition love sack.
Does it come with Magic 30?
Can I Google Magic love sack, or is that going to be bad?
You have had me
Buddy.
Google worse things than that.
If you don't buy this love sack,
Do they have the big size of it?
Oh, dude, that thing's actually pretty sweet.
It's $1,000.
Yeah, that's how much they are.
gotta pay to play, bud.
But that one's
They're-
actually, it's actually
They're,
kind of cool.
they're trying to play you, not your wallet, George.
Oh, this is going to pull up Twitter. That's
Oh my God, MTG Finance. From Google, will the MTG beanbag be worth anything? They're flipping the beanbags.
dude, that thing's so cool. George, if you don't get one of those, you're not a real fan.
I'm not a real fan. If they had a Lorcana one, I'd get that.
I guess we're late enough in the podcast where nobody's gonna hear him say that, so it's fine.
All right. Let's
If
switch it
you're
up.
watching this podcast because you're a fan of Magic the Gathering, other than Nom Nom Verse and Lorcana, I'm sorry.
All right. What have we done? What else do we need to talk about? Anything?
Shout out to Bob Iger for getting Tay on Disney Plus. Good job, Bob.
Come hang out with Josh and I in Chicago in, it was like 2 weeks. Come hang out with us. Is it 3
Okay,
weeks?
last question. Who wins the Super Bowl and who's playing in the Super Bowl?
Taylor Swift, winner of the Super Bowl. Done.
I got the
Loser
Chiefs.
is going to be Usher.
I'm taking the underdog Chiefs.
The
I
Chiefs
don't-
the underdog?
Who else are they playing?
Who are they playing?
You really don't know the answer. They're playing
No.
the 49ers, the San Francisco 49ers.
No,
Joe Montana.
Good Lord.
no.
Oh my God, you're
Joe
so
Montana.
old. You're ancient.
There's no way Joe Montana loses the Super Bowl.
I didn't even know. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know the Chiefs were playing until you said it.
My back hurts more and more when I talk to you.
So how's your
President's
foot
Day
feel?
event is 20% off all sacks at Love Sack.
Does your foot feel better when your back hurts because your brain forgets about your foot?
No, but sleeping's a pain in the butt, man. Sleeping sucks.
Is it a pain in the butt?
I don't
or
think
is
they
a
have it
pain in the
anymore. The
foot?
MTG Love Sack.
It's a pain in the everything.
I think they're out of it.
I'm taking the Taylor Swift.
Secondary market.
I'm
Yeah,
not
me too.
buying.
Let's go.
Yeah, like the NFL's not going to let the Chiefs lose this. Like they want the 10 days.
Oh, you're taking the conspiracy angle? I dig it.
100%.
I'm in. I'm in.
100%.
Big one is $16.50 for a Love Sack. No
How
way.
am I?
gotta-
How am I going to not take every other conspiracy theory and I'm going to leave out the NFL one?
That's actually
Roger
That is
Goodell,
a very fair point.
too pure of spirit.
Oh.
Underwater internet
Be different.
cable.
I'll go
Have you
49.
heard of these? Have
All
you
right.
heard of these underwater internet cables? They're crazy.
Listen up, everybody. If you're still watching this far in and you are not in our Discord server at KitchenTableTCG.com.
If you're listening this far in, you are 100% in the Discord server.
Go join the Discord server. And
You need to be.
And if you haven't subscribed to Josh's channel yet, go subscribe to Josh's channel. And if you like this content and you want to support it, you can support Josh at Hometown TCG's channel. You can support me within the Discord channel, which is wild if you're still here.
If you support Josh's channel, you get Lorcana box openings that Louis won't do with him.
That's also true.
If you support Louis' Discord or are still here or any of this, we're definitely judging you. Not necessarily negatively, but we're judging you.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and may the zoo be with you.
God, and also with Tay.
Also with you.
Saying the zoo be with you now, it hits different.
It does. I'll be honest, it does.
It's different.
We outlasted the game. We did better than the game did.
We always knew that was going to be the case.
They didn't give me Hawaiian shirts.
Or your poker set.
That I'm willing to forgive, weirdly.
All right, goodbye, everyone.
It's the shirts I dropped.